I'm
Weren't we
trading
just
you to the
doing this?
Dolphins. What?
What?
Nothing. I said, hey, good morning.
What'd you say about those Miami Dolphins?
No, I said, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. You look refreshed, well rested. That's what I said.
Something about Chase Claypool and the Dolphins. I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
what you were
Chase
saying.
Claypool went to the Dolphins, but yeah, no, I didn't say I'm trading you to the Dolphins. I definitely did not say that. No,
Do not. You better not.
I didn't say that. No, I'm saying I didn't say that. I said that. Oh, baby! We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS.
What were you doing just now?
Nothing. I was just feeling a little stressed.
Stressed?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, just a lot of work. That's it. Just a quick drag. That was it.
Oh, okay. Were you napping with your eyes open again?
No. I was not. Folks, welcome. Breaking news. We got it. The Chicago Bears, who just got their first win in almost a full calendar year, have finally moved on from Chase Claypool after he participated in 10 games with the Bears, also not winning a single game, has been traded to the Miami Dolphins for a late round pick in 2025. Now, again, they traded the 32nd overall pick to the Steelers. They were in competition with the Packers, and thankfully the Packers lost out on that, and Chase Claypool go bye-bye now. He's gone.
Yeah.
He is gone.
The Bears got quite a bit better offensively once they benched Chase Claypool. There's no really arguing that. DJ Moore had an insane game on Thursday Night Football.
230 yards, 3 touchdowns.
But I like the trade to Miami for Chase. I like this. I think we get into this weird spot, right, where Chase Claypool has not produced, and then people start to hate him because he hasn't produced, and then he doesn't say the right things. So for Chase, if he wants to have any shot at prolonging his career, he is going to the absolute best place to do so in Miami.
That's fair.
It's the best offense in the NFL, like per play design, right? Most people think, not against the Bills, but first 3 weeks of the season, people are like, did Mike McDaniel surpass Kyle Shanahan and how he calls his plays on offense? So if Chase Claypool can be productive and valuable to a team, this is his chance to prove it and to show it. And I think if a place is going to take advantage of what his athletic skill set is, it will be Miami. And then if he doesn't work in Miami, like, he's probably done. This is last
that's
chance.
it then. I mean, because he was a high draft pick he was second round pick, right? For the Steelers. He's second.
I actually can't remember.
On Chase Claypool draft pick. Because I'll do the comments. Yeah, he's a second round pick. He was the 49th overall pick. I remember. Because I wanted Chase Claypool coming out of college. I was like, oh yeah, he'd be like good on the Packers. Like that would be pretty solid. So the full thing is the Bears are trading Chase Claypool and a 2025 seventh round pick in exchange for a 2025 sixth round pick.
Wow.
So yeah, they
couldn't even just give him straight up. They had to get that seventh rounder in there for Miami, huh?
Yeah. So obviously this is a bad look for the Bears, who were coming off a high last night, but he just wasn't. And I put it in the rundown last night when we were editing for GPS what to talk about. So Ryan Poles basically came out and said nah, we're done. We're 100% done, because his exact quote was, I think Chase is going to learn from this situation. We all will, and I wish him luck moving forward throughout his career. So that was before he got traded. And I was like, oh, so that's done. Like there's no coming back from that. Like Ryan Poles like, yeah, I'm done with it. He's been staying home, wasn't with the team yesterday, and it just seems like things collapsed. And even week 1, like everybody pointed that out. Like dude wasn't even trying.
Yeah. It was
Like
the effort was a problem, and that's a bad look when you're in the NFL. You can like be questioned for like a lot of things, but if your effort's questioned, oof, you get that label put on you in the NFL, you're screwed. Like they just can't have it. Can't win with them.
Well, that's the thing too. Like the Dolphins, I don't think they're gonna mess around with that. They literally traded a 6th round pick 2 years from now. They don't really care if he works out, cool. If he doesn't, but they're like, all right, let's see. Can you play? Like, we'll give you the opportunity, and if you don't, bye. Like we're fine. No worries. So,
And it's a good spot for Chase. Obviously, like the Bears offense the last 2 weeks has looked very good. But previously, nobody would call the Bears like an offensive sort of an advanced offensive team. Nobody would call the Steelers an advanced offensive team. Okay, so Chase hasn't been in 2 spots where offenses are thriving recently. What I will say is my perception of Chase Claypool has been distorted for a couple years because literally his best career game came against the Broncos in 2021. I just checked the numbers. He had 130 yards in that game. Was it a couple TDs here? 5 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. So I was like, this dude's good. The Steelers got a dude. And I think he's only had like maybe 2 other 100-yard games. So it'll be interesting. I don't think he's going to work in Miami. Like,
no, I don't think so.
I just don't. But I'm optimistic if he can dig deep and channel his inner Mapletron strength. Remember, he was called Mapletron.
Well, that was the problem with him, though. And Tree would even say this, is like, you don't want Chase Claypool. Because, like, there's some days he'll go out there and he'll look great. And then there's some days he'll go out there and, like, he's like, what are you doing? It's like a completely different player.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, they might score 90. But I think, you go to the Dolphins in a pass-heavy offense, which could also run the ball really, but, like, they are the offense right now. So just throw him on there and see what happens. And if he doesn't work out, you lost a 6th-round pick. It's no big deal. But it's a bad look for the Bears, and it would have been worse if they lost again last night. Because, like, that win has kind of bought them a little time. Would you agree? Like, it again, there's talking about Eberflus, like, maybe they are going to fire him mid-season, and it's super early, but...
No.
I mean, it bought him a little bit of breathing room.
It did. And I think, like... outside of the offensive production, which has been good 2 weeks in a row, I think with Eberflus, with the Bears defense, with them losing their defensive coordinator, we don't want to say this, but they probably deserve some time to try and figure out how they navigate that. It's not good when you lose your defensive coordinator going into a season because of reasons really unknown. So I want to see, I guess, their defense do it against a better offense and not have the second half dip like we've seen 2 weeks in a row. And they're playing a very young quarterback in Sam Howell last night, and that's why the Commanders were kind of able to get back, but like I feel like the Bears might have given that game away if they were playing a veteran QB last night. So, that's kind of where some of my questions remain with them. That said, like DJ Moore was 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. For whatever reason, Washington made no adjustments to slow him down throughout the game.
But it was the way that he was like scoring and or getting like big plays. It was always like really tight throws and DJ Moore just outmuscled them and was like, nope, that's mine, and then just took off running. Like, we saw that multiple times last night. And like, even the one where now it's the controversy, like, did he step out or not? Like, it's the same exact play, right? It's a tight throw, tight window. He just grabs it and then he just takes off running. Like, that's why DJ Moore's so dangerous. Like, I'd watched him on the Panthers, dude. Like, I would have loved for the Packers to get him, and they made attempts. I would have loved, because he's just like that guy. And that's why it was so like, why are the Bears not utilizing him? Because you made that trade. Yeah, of course, you got the draft picks for the number 1 overall pick, but the biggest haul that could impact your team right this second is DJ Moore. Even like going out and getting an offensive lineman, that's all well and good. It's going to take time for him to develop, but DJ Moore's like ready to go. Yeah. So it looks like this is what it could be if that offense is clicking. And I'm curious to think, is it just that the Bears are going to be in this weird, like, slow start kind of, because that happened last year too, in which we were all worried about Getsy and Fields because it didn't work out. And then later in the season, they started like picking it up a little bit. Okay, he started scrambling a bit more. He started running a little bit more. And that offense kind of came alive a bit. So
yeah, I think like
weird.
If you're going to criticize something, the fact that they took this long to kind of figure it out this year after seemingly figuring it out last year, that's probably the most fair critique. And one of the more impressive things Chicago did last night is continue to move the ball and win that game after literally all of their running backs got hurt.
Yeah.
Which we were streaming and you had to tell me that all of them were hurt because I didn't even quite realize it at the time. But it was Khalil Herbert got injured. Foreman was inactive, right? Homer got hurt. And Roshan Johnson got hurt. So they were left with Blazing Game, just their fullback to finish out the game, and they made it work. I wanted a big fullback run. We didn't get it, but I was impressed with that.
I don't know.
Oh, you want one? We can get it made.
We can make it happen.
We can get it made.
That. Oh, I'll never forget that. Yeah, when the Steelers were down and he celebrates the first down, the clock is running. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that, like the real losers of that game last night are the Panthers, because the Bears, they got a win, one that they desperately needed. On top of that, they still have the number 1 overall pick because they have the Panthers pick. Also, like the Panthers, what's their number 1 problem right now? It's their offense. CMC is doing well. DJ Moore is doing well. And like they knew this was going to happen. Like you knew DJ Moore was going to do well. You knew, you had an idea if he was able to stay healthy, CMC was going to be good. But yeah, it's got to be.
It's one of those it's one of those paradoxes, right? Like if they had DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey, Bryce Young might look like the best rookie quarterback right now. But they probably couldn't get Bryce Young unless they make some of those moves to acquire draft capital.
Yeah, there's no way. So. I mean, that's what I wanted to talk about today, because obviously it's a week-to-week league. After seeing the Bears offense perform well, like 2 games in a row, like, what do you think, Perna? Like, do you think like this could be the start of hey, we're going to turn it around this season?
Yeah, I think as long as our defense starts to play better, and that's really going to be the key to, I think, this season and success for Chicago. And I don't think we thought that like their defense would be, like a top 10 unit because it was so bad last season. But, they made a handful of free agency moves. Both their linebackers are like, okay, well, maybe they're going to be better. And last night they felt a little bit better. But again, like getting pressure on Sam Howell against Washington, that's not impressive. He's been sacked 29 times this season. It is a mix of like he's going to hold on to that football for a while. And the Washington offensive line is not good. So, like, if they can get similar pressure when they're not playing the Commanders, I think I saw, like, Howell's on pace to be sacked, like, 100 times or something stupid this season. So, the Broncos had those inflated numbers. Like, let me see them shut down a real offense or just keep it competitive because that's what Fields and the Bears offense needs is – even if they're not good, just some opportunities, extra opportunities, a turnover here, whatever it is to get them going.
Well, it's
I think I
also
saw that like comparison. Okay, so like the Giants are struggling, right?
yeah.
Their defense, we talked about it. Like I felt kept them in that Seahawks game.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense has 0 turnovers this year. They're the only defense to get 0 turnovers. And when your offense is kind of, on the line, if you can get them an extra possession or two, like that can be the difference for your team.
Yeah.
Vikings, Raiders, Chargers. Ooh.
So that's what I'm saying. Like bad defense,
Well,
bad defense, bad defense. The
Yeah.
Vikings are a little bit better than they were last year, but like the Saints are the tough defense there. Like the Vikings Bears, like that should be an interesting game.
Yeah, Vikings, Bears might be a shootout. Bears should be able to beat the Raiders. The Vikings, Chargers could be a shootout.
Yeah.
Saints, who knows?
So
What
I'm
a
curious at
mess
that
their
point,
offense is.
if you have that offense able to do well for the next 3 games, even if they lose like some of those games, I'm curious to see them against a good defense like the Saints. Like,
Yeah.
let's see what that looks like. Because even the Broncos, right? Like, look who they're having success against, right? It's a really bad defense.
Yeah.
So, sorry. But,
Well,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
And what, the Bears are missing Eddie Jackson and Jalen Johnson right
Their
now.
secondary shot to crap, yeah.
Yeah. So, but like, and that's been the Broncos. Like, right before we did the Broncos podcast on Wednesday, they named players who returned to practice this week.
Yeah.
There were 6 defensive, essentially starters for the Broncos. I was like, I knew we were hurt on defense, but that's kind of like those are 6 key guys who have been out for the Broncos defense. Like they're not a good defense, but you're missing half of the dudes you expect to be contributing at very high snap counts. It's rough. And it's so hard to keep track of which teams are injury riddled at which like position groups. Like I just can't. So I can't use that like as an excuse. You know what I mean? So like the Bears defense being banged up and injured, they should get better. That's true. But like all teams have deficiencies in some areas. Like the Chargers got a win last week and they had, no Bosa, no Derwin James. Mike Williams is gone. Eckler wasn't in there. Those are key guys at key spots. It's just, I can't. Injuries.
Well, yeah, it's bad this year. This answered this question. So Jonathan Taylor, who also, it looks like he's going to play. So he's back at practice, full participant and everything. Why he's not considered a first-round pick right now is because his contract is about to expire. So whatever team gets him is going to have to pay him a ton of money. And plus, the market for running backs is terrible right now. Like, teams do not want to play running backs. So that's why. So, yes, if Jonathan Taylor was available in this past draft, absolutely, he would probably go in the first round still.
Yeah.
But just people don't want to take on that contract that they're going to have to give him. And plus, the market's...
You know where I'd like to see Jonathan Taylor go is Chicago.
No, I would not like that.
All those running back injuries last night. And don't get me wrong, there's potential there with Roshan Johnson, and I liked what I saw from Khalil Herbert until Justin Fields threw the ball so short that he caused Herbert to sprain his ankle or do something.
But, like he was like going backwards. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Taylor to the Bears. Ooh. Like it. But watching Anthony Richardson with Jonathan Taylor, that's exciting.
I would want to see that. Yeah.
Dear God, please give them something back there.
They've been like a competitive team. So, yeah. Because it was Zach Moss, right? It was with the Colts. Yeah. So,
I don't even know.
I think right now for the Bears, like to turn it around, they have a schedule that's like conducive to do so. I still don't think their ceiling is super high. Like I still see them at max like a 7-8 win team, but
Bears
like, that would But I think again, the issue is that now you have some fans who are looking at it like, oh yeah, we're back on the Justin Fields train. Like they were burning jerseys like 2 weeks ago. Like not even. You know what I mean? So like that's how it really is, just a week-to-week league. But the point that I'm trying to make is that I think there's still a major question mark if Fields is still the guy. And the problem is, how do you even begin to evaluate him? Last night, Justin Fields looked pretty good. two against the Broncos
Two
for the most
2 weeks
part.
in a row, he's looked good.
Looked pretty damn good, especially that first half. Looked really good. So I'm just curious to see what is. I think it's just consistency of play that is needed, like over and over and over again, and being like, yes, he's the guy, but are the coaches around him, are those the right guys?
Yeah,
because it might come
that's
down
fair.
to, depending on how this season goes, it might come down to picking between Justin Fields and your coaches.
Oh, easily. And the Bears they're in like a optimal situation because
yes, it would.
for the time being, it doesn't look like the Panthers are going to win very many games.
Correct.
So Chicago's in the luxurious position where they can afford to win games with Justin Fields. They can afford to really evaluate him and not jeopardize their ability to replace him because they might very well be able to replace him via the Panthers in the pick that they have.
Correct.
But like if Justin Fields, let's say, gets some 7 or 8 wins and he's tearing it up, playing at the same caliber he has been the last 2 weeks, say that's just consistent, and they still have that first pick and they don't need a quarterback, somebody's going to jump up there to get Caleb Williams.
And they're going to trade a lot more than the Panthers did to get Bryce Young.
So they're going to be able to restock on draft picks.
Yes.
Or they just take Marvin Harrison at 1, or maybe it's just a 1 to 2 swap where they still get Marvin Harrison, and you got Marvin Harrison Jr. and DJ Moore. Then that's like that's a crazy offense. Those are crazy weapons you're giving Justin Fields to work with. And we've seen Cole Kmet the last couple weeks, how valuable he is. And I think like last night too, Darnell Mooney would have looked a lot better if there was just, I think there's 2 plays. One where I think Mooney let off the gas a little bit. And then if he would have had like a tough catch in the end zone, or I forget if Fields would just put it just a little shorter. Like they would have 3 really, really talented receivers. And when have you ever said that about the Chicago Bears?
That's accurate.
Never.
I
saw Adam Rank joke that like last night, DJ Moore became the Bears all-time
leading rusher, leading passer. I mean, good God, leading receiver. It's all right. I'll get it for the 3rd time. This is gonna be great. We're both streaming this game. We'll be streaming this game together.
Yeah. I said somebody tweeted, let's get Broncos fans to count down the play clock for Nathaniel Hackett on the Jets' first series of the game at the stadium. And I'm like, yes, please.
That honestly would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal. Look what you did, Brandon. Look what you did. But yeah, I think we'll see. Kind of, they have the schedule to do so. If their offense can come out looking like it has been, they'll be okay. But
that's 2. That's 2 receivers, guys. Not 3. Not 3. Remember they had Greg Olsen too. Remember the Bears are really good at letting insanely talented people go.
It's a talent. It's a gift. I do want to talk about power rankings because we do have those, and I have not seen your power rankings, and I'm a little afraid to see your power. How bad is it this week?
Oh, it's pretty good. I would say it's like really good actually. But before we do power rankings,
there it is.
Let me rank. Let's see. Does this work? Oh, look at that. Now let's see. Can I go?
There we go. We got the chat working us into our transitions now.
Yeah. Hey guys, Underdog's not sports betting, okay? It's fantasy. It's daily fantasy, our weekly fantasy, it's pick'ems. It's not sports betting, to clarify. All right? Look at it. We got it. We made it work. I made both things work at the same time. What I can't make work are my pick'ems, Tom. I just can't make my pick'ems work. Last night was terrible. I was like, Fields, he's the only guy I'm going lower. I was like, I don't really like the matchup against the Commanders' defense. Well, he basically hit his fantasy higher in one quarter. So I've asked you for help. You've been fucking useless. I've asked the chat for help. You guys have been useless as well.
Oh, why was I effing useless and they were just useless? That's not nice.
Well, I get a little feisty.
You know, what about you, Brandon? You were doing it by yourself and you were crapping all over yourself just fine.
So now I am going to ask God for help. Guide me on these higher or lower picks using code GPS, link in the description. Underdog's matching your first deposit. They extended the $500 match.
Oh my God.
It ended October 4th, but they extended it. We don't know how long it will.
Perna, that's the play.
Jess.
You got to ask Jess.
I will.
You got to ask Jess.
We'll do that. We'll do that next week. Right now, I'm going lower on Trevor Lawrence against the Bills defense. I'm convinced, Buffalo. I'll go higher on Diggs.
This is not going to end well.
Tua against the Giants, 18.5.
ChatGPT.
You know what? Give me higher.
I can't. This is going to be a
Tank Dell versus Atlanta. Damian Pierce versus Atlanta. Ooh, where are we going? Bryce Young against Detroit. Oh. Hurts, Rams. Man, these are tricky.
It's true.
Actually, against the Los Angeles Rams, DeAndre Swift, give me lower. And McCaffrey against the Cowboys. Oh, 19? Dang. They do not respect the Cowboys defense. Give me lower on McCaffrey. Not popular, but I'm going to take it. 75. We're going for it. Oops. Hold on.
You still got to hit the button.
Code GPS, link in the description, and here is your sexy disclaimer, baby.
I don't think it could help them, but it depends on what kind of Chase Claypool they get.
Do we disclaim them?
Other-minded boomers.
I don't care.
You don't.
There it is.
There's that sexy disclaimer. Boom.
All right.
I just want to lay out what has happened in the past 24 hours. In the past 24 hours, Brandon has promoted cigarettes multiple times. And now...
I did not promote them. I said I'm going to start smoking when I turn 70. Then chat promoted them. The fine people watching our streams promoted them.
So, promoted cigarettes for almost 3 hours. And then just ask God to help you with your pick'ems.
Yeah. Come on, God. We're about to find out if God really does like football, man. If God wasn't a Denver Broncos fan, why are sunsets orange and blue, Tom?
Buddy. But maybe that's why God's mad at you, because you sold your soul to win a Super Bowl, and now
those are bumper stickers out here. They were. I want to see. Oh yeah, the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
What about them?
If Satan ain't a Chiefs fan, then why are we red, like the color of hell? I want one NFL team to embrace Satan. That's all I'm asking for. Can we just have one team that's pro-Satan? What's so wrong with that? The devil ain't real. I've been to Georgia.
So power rankings.
I get my religion taught to me through song.
Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for his soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind, so he was looking to make a deal. Right. Oh, that is true. Yeah, NHL. The NHL. That's literally the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, but they don't embrace Satan. They're just like, we're the Devils. We're not going to reference Satan in anything.
So, like, you want, like, full-blown, like, satanic rituals?
I want their pregame song to be something about the devil. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be like, oh, hail Satan or something crazy.
That's
like, we like the devil. We're going to go to hell. Get our friend Satan to beat your tail.
So,
New Jersey Devils.
You know, I know you don't watch it, but I'm telling you. So, MJF, who's a wrestler in AEW, He calls himself the devil, and he calls his fans devil worshippers. I'm just saying.
I like that. Okay, he's my favorite wrestler.
You would like MJF. You would.
I would. What's MJF?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Nope.
Fucks.
Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Yep.
Right.
The Patriots already do that.
Yeah, but the Vikings are very like, take me to Valhalla.
No, they're the purple incarnation of Satan, but like but they're the lesser version of it. Like they're like, oh, we're so evil, but they don't do it well. They're like, oh, we're gonna win all these close games, and then lose to the Giants. You know,
so. Joe Burrow hails Satan at the end of the pressers. It would be so funny if one quarterback did that.
No,
honestly, I think the only guy who would have the balls to do it would be Aaron Rodgers.
Can you imagine?
Oh, dude, I go back and forth on whether I like Aaron Rodgers' sassiness. Like sometimes it's obviously whether I agree with it or not, but like, that would be one. That would be one.
That's the Witch reference. Oh man, you ever see that movie, The Witch?
Oh yeah,
that's a messed up movie. I saw it in theaters.
Oh yeah, it's dark.
Yeah.
I think I watched that when I was like getting over like a flu or something. I like to watch. Yeah, I don't like to, but I was like, this is not a good movie to watch when you're like trying to get well.
No, it's definitely not. It's a slow movie too.
It's
like,
slow.
It's hard to understand. Like the dialect is like pretty rough.
You got a fever.
I've seen all of his movies. I saw The Witch in theaters. I saw The Lighthouse, and then I've seen a bunch of them.
Who's better than me? How do I know it? No.
Yeah, we talked about Claypool. We did.
Yeah, Claypool traded to the Dolphins.
What if Russell Wilson did a heel turn and did it?
Oh.
He's like, you know what?
He's too worried about his perception. You know, he would never do it.
Excellent reference. Well, Froy, this is for you.
What's the reference?
From the movie The Witch we were just talking about.
Oh, you think I'm going to remember a quote from that movie? Come on, man. I got to watch a movie twice before I remember anything about it.
Anyway, speaking of the devil, let's see your power rankings.
Here we go. We're going to rank the teams powerfully.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
What?
So we're getting shaken up in the top 5 now. Shaken up.
We actually talked about that last night on stream. We could talk about it more. I actually would like to
talk about that more.
That was a really, really good interview. I want more. I know I'm really just trying to avoid talking about these power rankings right now after seeing them. But
you want to talk about the devil some more?
You know what? Honestly, it might be better. All right, go back to this abomination to God.
Similarities. You put the Bucks at 10. I put them at 9.
Who's at 1.5, Brandon? There's not even a team there.
Oh, dang it. That's Russell Wilson. I put Russell Wilson at 1.5. Dangerous. My man, Russell.
Yeah, pretty much everybody eats bread.
Wilson. Yeah, I put Russ there.
There's
because
nothing there.
1.5, he's just not getting credit for playing well. You know? Here's the thing. If you're going to defecate on a man for an entire football season, literally at every chance, every opportunity you get, when he's playing well, you better give him some credit for it. And until I hear Kyle Brandt say Russell Wilson's playing like a top 10 quarterback, I will continue to support my man, Danger Us Unlimited is Spicy Wilson. So he was at 1.5. Can't get cursed at 1.5. Just needs a little respect for playing well.
He's not even on the list, Brandon.
Yeah, well, I made it this morning in a rush, but he's in my video. Okay, I put the Bills in heaven because I don't want anything bad to happen to Buffalo. They lost Trey White. They need some healing. They need some healing.
Just not put the Bills out of our rankings and just be like, oh yeah, they're in heaven.
They're in heaven. They lost Trey White. Like, that's a big loss. So they need healing. They're in need of healing. Von Miller, I put him in heaven. Guess what? He might play this week. So technically it worked. I'm going to put myself in heaven for my underdog pick'ems and see what happens.
Okay, so we agree with the 49ers at number 1.
Yep.
I put the Bills at number 2 because besides week 1, I think they're the best looking team right now.
Yeah, I would have put them at 2, but they got in heaven, which is way better.
I don't even know why I talk. I don't even know. Eagles at 3, so then that would make sense. So then it'd be the same. I mean, it's not too different. So you have the Ravens all the way up at 4.
Yeah, I put the Ravens up at 4.
I mean, they had a big win against DTR.
Yeah.
Why are they all the way up at 4?
Oh, really? I put the Ravens up high because I wanted to play the Mike Tomlin clip where he was just gushing about Zay Jones.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You put them at 4 because you wanted to play a clip?
Yeah.
And you couldn't have done it if they were...
No, I could have, but I think that, also I think they're the best team in the AFC North. Lamar Jackson's starting to play well. Yeah, it was against DTR, but
first of all, it's Zay Flowers.
What did I say? Zay Jones?
Yes.
There's 2 Zays. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the Zays. King of Smokes. Sometimes he forgets, Tom. Zay Flowers.
No, listen.
My bad.
Listen, that's okay, buddy. We all mess up names. That's fine. That's fine. But you just told me that you put him at 4 because you wanted to play a clip that you could have played earlier, and you think they're the best team in the AFC North. So what?
Yeah, so they're at 4. I think the AFC North is like it's a brutal division. I think it's a brutal division. Put the Ravens at 4.
I'll tell you what's brutal. I'll tell you what's...
Mark Andrews is healthy. I think that offense clicks when he is healthy. Okay. I put him at 4. I'm not gonna walk it back. I almost put Dallas at 2. And they play the 49ers this week, so that will be enlightening.
We both have the Lions at 6. You have the Chiefs and the Chargers at 7.
Yep. That was despite the Chiefs. They're playing not great. Mahomes has been average at best. He was outplayed by Zach Wilson, so as punishment, they had to share the spot with the Chargers.
So instead of just like keeping them low like I did, like, when there's just 1 at 7, you decided to put the Chargers there.
You got to share the attention with the Chargers. And honestly, we talked about it Monday. I thought Justin Herbert's win in a ugly game, I was impressed. I was impressed by Herbie fully loaded.
Okay.
He's both got Seahawks at 8, so that's nice.
Yep. Texans were my honorable mention. I shouted them out.
There you go. Boom.
You have 3 teams at 11.
Yeah. And I got to take the Commanders out because of last night. So Rams and Colts. I'm like Texans, Rams, or Colts. Who would I put at 10? I put the Texans in there, but yeah, the Rams are an interesting team. Yep.
Go ahead. Elaborate.
On what?
I don't know, man. Just the Rams. You said the Rams are an interesting team. I'm really excited to see what they look like when Cooper Kupp comes back.
Yeah, I think they're overperforming a little bit.
They are.
Expectations. They're going to get cut back. So I would have put the Rams in there, but they did blow a 23-0 lead over the Colts. They were up 23-0 in that game, and all we talked about was Puka Nacua.
It's true.
Like, what about the lead you blew? So it's like, do I give the Colts credit for getting back into that game? Or do I knock the Rams for letting them get back in that game? I said, fuck it. You're both at 11.
Well, here's the thing, Source.
Earn my
probably
respect.
Could do a split screen, But considering Perna has one, I'm going to count Russell Wilson. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 names in his top 10. I don't know if we could fit it all on one thing for a split screen. Don't know if we can. Not sure if we can. So you put the AFC West free agents. Well, now one's with the Patriots. You put them there.
They're all in hell. Gregory, J.C. Jackson, Chandler, or Purgatory, and Chandler Jones. Not necessarily the guys, but just the moves. The moves. You're in purgatory. Try and get out. Don't know if you will. It's purgatory. I don't know how it works.
So, Brandon,
I am watching Russian Doll, so it kind of makes
I heard
purgatory making a lot more sense.
I heard that was good. So how much worse is this going to get?
What, power rankings?
Yeah, how much worse is this going to get?
I don't know.
Because, folks, I just want to make something very clear. Very, very clear.
How do I make it better, guys? How do I make it more entertaining?
I've been doing power rankings for a while. A long time. And I think it was when we started GPS. There was a few years ago. And it was like, hey, we should do power rankings on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was a great idea.
Brandon's like, I don't really do power rankings. And now Brandon's power rankings now get more views than my power rankings, and it is just off the wall. So maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe
you might be.
Maybe I am. Maybe I just need to accept it. Because I'll add 3 honorable mentions, and people are being Brandon Perna out there in the comments, and I'm like, I thought that was mild. Meanwhile, you have a person at 1.5 and 3 teams at 11. No.
Well,
Andrew, don't ask. Don't even ask.
To me, power rankings are also a way to talk about what's titillating you for the week. So last week, CJ Stroud. This week, I wanted to give Russell Wilson some love. Also, hold it, Tom. Yeah. I do want to talk about this. Okay? Because I got the curse wheel, right? Curse wheel itself this season, 500, because it's tried to curse the 49ers twice. But the number one spot it's batting 1,000. The curse there. Every team that's gone to number one has lost. So I put the Chargers and Chiefs at 7. Every week when I spin the wheel for the curse, I forget what number I got teams at. So I literally have to get up, go check my script, and be like, who did I curse? This week, I'm talking about the Chargers and the Chiefs. And I'm like, remember, they're at 7, the duo, in case they get cursed. Literally the only mental note I've ever made while doing power rankings. And it went to 7, and they got cursed. So either this is a sign of how powerful the curse wheel is going to be this week, because it cursed both teams, and I remember they were there and thought, what if it does hit 7, it's going to be really funny. So if I can borrow from Jonathan Gannon, buckle up, guys. Buckle up. Because maybe the curse wheel is starting to talk to me, Tom. Maybe my intuition is finally in sync with the curse wheel. Maybe it's going to be more dangerous than ever before.
It's like watching a movie that you've seen a bunch of times, and you know that it's not going to end well. Where the conclusion of the movie is. And you're just like, maybe it'll be different this time. And then it never is. It's never different. It just ends the same. Just over and over again. And I show up. It used to be Wednesdays for power rankings. Not Wednesdays anymore. It's Fridays.
Yeah. Well,
it's Fridays. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is the week. Maybe this is the week there'll just be 10 teams on there. But that train has left the station a long time ago. Mufasa's not getting saved. He's not getting up that cliff. Scar's throwing him off every time.
Just wait. The most shocking thing I can do for you now is give you just a straight up top 10 power rankings. No frills, no BS, no nothing. You should try one week for power rankings when the Packers are on a bye and you got a little extra time.
It's next week.
You should try and guess what my power rankings are going to be for your power rankings.
Brandon, I am scared of the mindset that I would have to be in to even try and predict that.
Oh, It's pretty easy. You ever heard of Satan?
Oh, what a finish! Boop for the kitty. Titans Colts game is going to be very interesting. It is going to
Yeah,
be...
that was maybe the one I feel like is the hardest to predict this week.
You know what? Just because I feel like right now, like Perna's like running this show, and he's got me by.
Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis, people.
Oh, we haven't.
Man,
played that
I'm the
so-
guy who got you on the penis.
Appreciate you, Carl. But no, it should be a really, really good game because it's like an interesting matchup, especially if Jonathan Taylor plays. Like,
Yeah. I hope he's truly healthy, and
I'm okay.
I kind of want to see the Colts just run all over the Titans. I think Anthony Richardson's performance against the Rams was kind of crazy because he made a few like incredible throws in that game. He got him back into the game, right? And he completed 44% of his passes. So there's room for him to get quite a bit better, I think.
Brandon,
What?
we are having a real conversation right now. You will not gaslight me this year. You will not do it.
What do you mean?
I swear to Christ, next week, if I see the Browns, Chargers, Seahawks, or Buccaneers anywhere on your top 10, I'm done. I am done. That will break. You have gone back and forth of, oh, if they're on a bye week, I don't put them in the... Are you writing it down right now?
No. Here's what happened.
You have
I put
gaslit
the Chargers
me
in.
so many times. And you're like, I don't put teams with the bye week on there. And then they show up that week.
No.
you're like-
This is what happens. I put the Chargers in. I'm like, oh, they're on a bye week. And then I'm like, do you put them off the list when they're going into the bye or coming out of the bye? So for this season, I've decided Chargers can't be on the power rankings next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Or the Seahawks or the Buccaneers.
Yeah. No, I
or the
love when the
Browns.
buys happen because then I can talk about a different team. So, yeah, the bye week thing, I honestly forgot how I did it. And then I just decided this year I will do it when they don't play that week.
See, Zach did find the proof because you said, I've never done that. And Zach literally found the proof last year on stream.
Hey, we're last year. Come on, guys. We're past that. We're past me arguing against what I have or have not done.
Scott, that literally triggered something deep inside me. And I was like, no, it is week 5. I'm not letting this happen to me again.
Never. Maybe. Ooh.
See,
I did think about how high should I put the Bears this week.
I can't even fight this with logic anymore because he just said he put the Ravens at 4 because he wanted to play a clip. I can't. Because I'm always worried. I'm like, man, like I really want to be able to justify this. Like, does this make sense for this team to be here? I don't know if they should be so high. Nope.
Shoot from the hip. Oh. Fastest draw for power rankings in the West.
Should we preview some games?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's preview some games.
Let me bring these up here.
Let's talk about the London game again.
London town,
So,
eh?
Jaguars decided to stay, because, they back-to-back weeks, first time for any NFL team to do so.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And they're going to be taking on the Buffalo Bills. Now, Jaguars looked better last week, but you didn't pick anybody.
I forgot to pick.
If it makes you feel better, I forgot to pick the Packers over the Lions last week, so I forgot the Thursday game too. Yeah, it worked out.
I think this might be only the first time I've made that gaffe. I probably would have taken the Commanders at home, short week anyway.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, no, Papu said there was no logic behind it. There was not. Nope.
Ravens are a gritty team.
Don't even start. Okay. Anyway,
watch it, Justin.
the Jaguars, they their offense, man, like I'm still concerned about, and playing the Bills is not a get right game. Like they're gonna have to really bring it.
Yeah, Von Miller flying to London town. He might play a little bit, don't know yet, but Buffalo's defense been kind of nasty. I like it.
It has been. And Von Miller said he had like a 95% chance to play. He's traveling with the team. Like, dude, Von Miller on that defense now. That's what I'm saying. The Bills, if it wasn't for the 49ers, I put the Bills at number 1. Because like besides the game against the Jets, they played a completely different game of football. And like they are looking really good. Their offense is clicking, their defense is clicking, they're running the ball well. And I know that like going against the Commanders and going against the Raiders weren't really good teams, but they slapped the crap out of the Dolphins. Like their defense slowed them down. I know Armstead got hurt and like that allowed pressure to get after Tua, but
yeah, there's Connor Williams. They lost their center too.
Yeah. So yeah. Trey White out sucks though. That really, really does suck.
I'll have to find that Play 60 video. I thought it was funny. Where is that?
Yep, for their bye. Yep, they were cursed and didn't score a single point. Yep. Just copy and paste it. Listen, the Packers start doing poorly, I'm just leaning into it. I am just going to lean into it. So, yeah, anyway, I got the Bills winning that game, though.
Yeah. I took the Falcons at home. I think the Texans are better. They're getting more out of their quarterback. I put the Texans at 10, but this is a game where I'm just picking I just think the Falcons are going to win. I think the Texans are a better football team, but it just feels like a game that Atlanta might win. That's the only reason I took them.
Yeah, I have CJ. I mean, Desmond Ridder has not been looking good, but CJ Stroud is like, he's been looking really, really good. Yeah, no, I picked it. Yeah. I think it'll be a closer game, but I think I like CJ Stroud the way he's playing right now.
If the Falcons lose here, I'm not picking you ever again all season, Atlanta. So,
who did I say that about? I said the exact same thing about it. Oh, I said that about the Bengals.
Ooh.
Because the Bengals, dude, they're playing the Cardinals this week.
I know. I think I picked the Cardinals. I took the Cards.
And like I really struggled. To pick the Bengals.
Did you see the clip that got reposted of Jamar Chase from the preseason saying that he would prefer that Joe Burrow not play? Put him on IR until he's ready to go, because Jamar's like, I did that last year where I could have come back, but I took an extra week to let my injury heal. And like, we need Joe is one of those things. And it was the wrong move, clearly.
Chase Young is pissed too. Chase Young, Jesus Christ. Jamar Chase, Jesus Christ. Jamar,
you got smoke brain.
Look what you've done.
You got smoke brain.
Jamar Chase is pissed. Like he's really pissed.
Dude, it's like RIP to everyone who bet on the Bengals for fantasy, because that is not good right now.
I remember you picked Jamar Chase in the Underdog leagues.
Yeah, sure. He's like basically it was Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Christian McCaffrey.
That's the one.
McCaffrey should have been the number 1 pick in all of them so far.
Jamar Chase, Claypool.
Oh.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I got the Lions beating the Panthers. I think they're just the better team.
That
whole line is going to be rough.
So I went with the Colts here, but this is accurate. 49-51. I think I was like, you know what? I just think Anthony Richardson's better than Ryan Tannehill, so I'll go with him. I'll go with the Indy.
Yeah, I picked this before Jonathan Taylor came back. I picked the Titans just because their D-line, like Anthony Richardson going against them might be tough, but I think this is going to be a really close game. I don't think that's going to be a close game. Like the Dolphins are going to be playing very angry, and the Giants are just going to be like, please don't hurt me that much.
Yeah. I'm out on Dan Jones.
Yeah, it's not there. Ooh, you picked the Pats.
I did. I think this is giving the Saints way too much credit right now. 67%. Their offense, they're not torching anyone.
Yeah.
And the strength of the Patriots is technically still their defense. I know they lose Matthew Judon. That's huge. They lost Gons. That sucks. J.C. Jackson can play right away for him. He knows the scheme. He knows how to. I don't know how much they're going to use him.
There, he knows.
But like to me, it feels like one of those upset games, based on like 67 going in on the Saints there. But
yeah, I picked the Saints just because like Kamara being back for a second week, like, and maybe some of that rust falls off. I mean, that offense looked really, really, really bad.
yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe the Saints pull this off. But Derek Carr, man, like Carr's not playing well, but like Pete Carmichael's not running a good offense. Like it just is like this is probably gonna be like a low scoring, ugly ass game.
Yeah.
Like I would not want to watch this game.
I bet Derek Carr's wishing he went to the Jets right about now. Silly Carr.
I pick Ravens over the Steelers. I mean, they always play each other tough. It's a weird divisional game. You never know, but
I saw somebody post a stat for Pickens where his contested catch win rate from like last year was it's like in the 60s. This year it's 0. He hasn't won a contested catch battle in a game so far.
Their offense is just bad, man. Like their offense is just really, really bad.
Like and do you think their offense is just bad versus it's all Matt Canada? I feel like if you threw another offensive coordinator in there,
I think it's a
Steelers
mix.
fans would still be upset with the results.
Absolutely. I think it's a mix. I think Matt Canada, like, it's just not good. Like, this game, the play call is just bad. Everything's, like, bad. But, like, Kenny Pickett is not doing himself any favors. The offensive line still doesn't look amazing. Najee Harris, dude, like, I would say probably one of the most disappointing starts to a season compared to, like, where the expectations were. Because they're like, oh, the O-line's better. Like, Najee Harris is going to have, like, really nice season. I'm pretty sure I had him going higher, like, whatever the projection was. And I don't know if that's going to be a thing.
No.
So,
Did you see Antonio Brown with his face photoshopped in as the Steelers offensive coordinator?
Yep.
To me, that's the funniest image. One of the funniest images I've ever seen. Antonio Brown as an offensive coordinator.
I hope for your
job
safety,
you
buddy.
need to be able to see a couple steps ahead. I think Antonio Brown is the antithesis of that. Anyway, this one was. I think this is going to be a good game.
Yeah. This could be. Would we literally just say the same thing?
Yep. But did you take the Eagles?
I did take the Eagles, yeah. But I think that the Eagles not really looking like themselves. Like, I'm curious to see them go again. But I will say Matthew Stafford, like, all the sacks that he took, like, that was a weird game against the Bengals, right? It was the Bengals he took all those sacks?
This week?
No. No, when they played on Monday night.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, because the Rams, they won because of Puka. They won with a walk-off touchdown last week. But, like, I'm concerned about that offensive line a little bit more against the Eagles.
Yeah, that was Bengals. You're right. September 25th.
Yeah, Bengals was the Monday night game where, like, Stafford got sacked a bunch.
Yeah, it's sacks, and he's got to stop throwing interceptions.
Yeah.
He has 5 picks on the season so far to just 3 touchdown passes. Obviously, Cooper Kupp will help there, but just stop turning the ball over, Staff.
This game, man, yeah, I think that this should be more like towards the Cardinals. Like, this should be more of like a 50-50 game. I picked the Bengals, but I said this too, like, I have no faith in that pick.
No.
None. Because
I took the Cards. Let's roll.
Cardinals are a chippy team. They're playing tough. I picked the Jets.
You did? Interesting. See, I was like, man, that's kind of high for the Jets. And obviously, it's different last week. Like, the Broncos offense, I thought, was clearly going to be better than the Bears defense.
Yeah.
And I knew the Bears offense would look good against a bad Broncos defense. But the Jets played the Chiefs very, very well. So I don't think this is going to be like a high-scoring game. It's going to be an ugly 17-20, 17-14 type thing. But I said Russell Wilson was better than Patrick Mahomes, so I got to double down and go with him to beat the Jets. And when he beats the Jets, when he outplays Zach Wilson, we got the Battle of the Wilsons, by the way. You're going to hear about it, Chiefs fans. Oh, you're going to hear about it.
I have the Broncos losing just because, but I will say, if Russell Wilson looks really good against this Jets defense, then there needs to start being talk about it, because that's every time I'm talking about the Broncos. I'm like, listen, the team is bad, but it's not Russell Wilson. It's such a lazy talking point to blame it on Russell Wilson. It just means you're not watching the games, because he is playing very well. So
he's doing good.
Can he do it against
this
the
will
defense?
This is like,
we're going to see.
I want to see what Sean Payton does for this offense in this game, because the Broncos offense has been better, but there's still a lot to be desired.
Do you think Sean Payton reinstates Bounty Gate, but it's against Nathaniel Hackett? So it's like telling Jerry Jeudy to catch that ball way out of bounds.
If you're running full speed out of bounds, don't slow down, guys. Don't slow down.
Mm-hmm. Don't slow down and aim. I'm just saying. What would you
do? The Dolphins didn't trade for Jerry Jeudy already.
Can they fight? Oh my God, that'd be great. If Sean Payton and Nathaniel Hackett, before the game even started, they just fought. Pretty good. Garrett Wilson. Oh yeah, Garrett Wilson might go off. If Zach Wilson could get him the ball.
Yeah, I did pick against the curse wheel. I picked the Chiefs to beat the Vikings.
Mm-hmm. I picked Chiefs.
I don't trust the Vikings.
No.
Sorry.
This should be this should be a really good game.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. I do think it could get out of hand. But I have the 49ers winning. I just think they're the more balanced football team. And the Cowboys, again, they're just that weird team in which they had this happened last year. They blew out teams and then they lost to teams that they shouldn't lose to. They're just a weird team that I don't trust their consistency, at all.
Yeah. That's fair.
And it's being played in Santa Clara too.
This is what I asked in the power rankings. What is the 49ers weakness? I just don't think they have a weakness.
I mean, maybe some of it depends on right, because Brock Purdy can play not a great game and they still win against the Giants big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And I took your pack over the Raiders. I think at halftime, the Raiders are going to be trailing. And he comes right in right as we talk about the Cowboys.
I know.
Interesting. It's Micah's sixth sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think at halftime, Raiders are trailing. It's embarrassing, okay? Just getting beat down. Out of the tunnel, Devontae Adams comes running out in a Green Bay Packers jersey. No official trade, but he just walks over to the Packers sideline and says, you know what, guys, I'm done with the Raiders. I'm done with Josh McDaniels. He doesn't do anything correctly, and I'm back. I am back. So we criticized Josh McDaniels, right, for his play call last week. Fourth down, goes for the field goal. Right, just dumb, right?
Yeah.
Did you see, pardon my take, ask Matt LaFleur what he would do in a hypothetical situation, and it was just specifically the Josh McDaniels situation?
Oh, no.
You got to find that clip. It's hilarious. LaFleur's like, okay, Big Cat, you would ask me about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He's like, it's a hypothetical.
It's true. It's true. By the way, 5 minutes ago, Terran Armstead got put on IR, but he's not expected to miss the season, but he's going to miss at least 4 games. So, that's a
Bought
blow.
this hat when I was a kid, because I was like, ooh, dinosaur, like it.
Wait, do you still like dinosaurs, Brandon?
I'm an adult, so no. What am I, Ross from Friends?
Okay. First of all, didn't need to be that harsh. You know what? You don't even deserve it. I got cool dinosaur things that I got from fans on Friday Night Q&A last week.
Oh, wow.
Nope. F you. You don't deserve it. You
Wow.
don't deserve to see it. You don't deserve it. It's fine. Brandon, what do you got coming out? I'm done with you today.
I got a video about New York City football sports, and how this was the worst month in New York
talking about
City
the
football
Rangers?
history. What's that?
Oh, New York City football. Who plays in New York City? No New York City teams.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're all New Jersey.
Yeah.
You
YouTube
send
should
them all
allow
into
you
the
to put an
storm.
X through a word in a title. So it could be New York City, and then I cross out city, and then have Jersey. But, they don't.
It
What
should
do
be
you
Jersey.
have coming to town?
I don't know. I'm making a video today. Might make a video tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna put stuff out. Friday night Q&A tonight. But yeah,
There you go.
I don't know. I'm just doing things. I'm just trying to survive. So that's all. And then Sunday we'll be streaming together. Jets Broncos, and then I'll be streaming Papa Grossi 49ers Cowboys.
Nice.
And then Monday night, of course, I'll be streaming Packers.
Yeah.
So.
And then Thursday night, we're streaming because it's Broncos Chiefs.
Oh, Jesus, God help me.
So we got, we're doing 3 game streams in a week's time. That's fun.
Hey. Johnny and I work really hard on putting memes into power rankings, all right? All right?
Boomer Tom. How does it feel, Boomer?
You changed it to King of Smokes.
Did you see my ad suitability from the stream last night?
Yeah, I don't think mine got marked.
Soon as it was over, unstable.
Hold on. I saw that and I was like, damn it, Perna. Hold on. I actually wanted to check if mine got... No, mine's good.
Yours is good?
YouTube was like, we know who started this.
Yeah.
We're like, we know exactly who this was. That's fair. That's
All right.
That's fair.
Today was fun, huh, guys?
It was
Appreciate
something.
the support. We love you.
Oh God, I'll see you on Sunday too, Perna.
Yeah. This is gonna be a rough week for you, buddy.
Who's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yep.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
All right.
It's a lot. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. We'll see you on Sunday. We'll see you on Sunday. This is GPS, and you have been navigated.
In honor of the London game,
Oh no.
you have been navigated.